go with that. Gimmer.
Give me one riff before the drums come in. Give me everything you knew, even if it wasn't true. Tell me what's inside your heart. Tell me when you need to find out. Tell me all the lies you want. I can tell them all apart. Will you look at the same thing?
Oh, he got shocked again.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
The lights dimmed when I got shocked, too.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
Oh, no.
All right,
We were going so good right now.
I know. I really like that intro.
Ah!
What the fuck's going on? Why am I getting zapped, man?
Jesse's getting electrocuted. We gotta bust up the... What's it? I don't know, man. What, like... We got some new technology. Coming up right now. Jesse got himself a new electrifying vocal pedal.
Yeah, that really hurt, man.
Oof. Well, maybe that 48 volts ain't. Well, obviously that's not doing shit. So I don't know. Hey, oh, I know. Do you have those like socks, the mic protector socks?
Oh, I don't know where those are. I think Morgan had them all.
Because that would totally just do it. You could just put one of those suckers on there, and the ultimate false start. Jesse gets electrocuted.
Is it a false start if you get electrocuted?
Yeah. Still counts. Man. We thought we had that sorted out, but I guess not. Jeez. This is exciting times. Let's, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get on Instagram. Let's see what's up. Feeling good about today. Yeah. All right. How do we get there? Oh, jeez. Yeah. No one's watching now, so that's okay. It was sounding pretty good, though. It was a good start. We got dead air. Someone do something. Oh, jeez. We need a ground lift. You crazy kids. All right.
I don't know if I can get this one on here. This is for one of the little pencil ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not gonna work. You want to swap it for? Is there a 57 kicking around we can swap it for?
All the 57s are on your thing.
Here, I'll trade you. Do you think it'll get on a 57?
You tell me.
Here, let me see if I can get that on a 57. That probably won't shock you anyway. We'll just change that little condom on there. Get on there. Little condom.
let's try that again.
Yeah, all right.
With a little less electricity.
You know, I'm feeling good about this. Let's insta-feed this fucker.
All right. I mean, I sound like garbage, but...
Yeah, don't we all? Create new broadcast.
Check. 1, 2. There we go.
We're going to enable comments.
I won't be able to watch the feed for very long because I only got like 20% on my phone.
Oh, well.
28% on my phone.
Uh-oh. 28%. All right, supposedly we are streaming on InstaFeed. All right, we're back in business, baby.
Sorry about that, guys. That was actually a pretty killer intro.
I know. We were doing so good until Jesse got himself electrocuted.
How dare I? All right.
It's okay. We'll try it again.
I'm gonna lower the. Let's put that right there. I'm gonna lower the contrast so my video feed lasts a little longer. But I won't be able to read it as well.
Let's
All right. Yeah.
let's
Comment the same way, please.
let's slam through this set list.
Everything you do, even if it wasn't true. Tell me what's inside your house. Tell me when you need a pound. Tell me all the life you want. I can tell them all about. Will you look up the sympathy? Way if I can look the wrong tree. I'm stuck in my head way out over you. Looking at all the games I play. I'm stuck in my back for you. It's true. Get you where you why you have me saying no time for one more dance. Tell me all the things they said. Demons underneath the veil. I have friends that betray you. Understand that I hate you. I stood my way out for you. Looking at all the things they got. I broke my back for you. It's true.
Hi, Goldsby.
I need more Jesse.
Need more Jesse, okay.
Yeah, I like that. That cough.
That's good stuff.
minor, please.
Got it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't you shut them down? You've been running it so much and shown me how to stop. I should have thrown you out. But the blood keeps you hanging on to the dream. Think I could live without. I could be in a conversation that could separate. What could you do now? Here's a chance, but you play me. That's the message from a message from a man. Silver spoon, helping through, don't you play the world. It's not enough, you got to stop the love and let it go. Send a rush, shake the dust, here I play you out. Too little, too late, too little, too late. Think I heard you out. Childish tension getting underneath the sky. Well, can you hear me now? I'm done with your parole. Now the jury's out. Think I could live it down. I could be in a conversation that just like me. What could you do now? Here's a chance, but you play me. That's a message from a message from a man. Silver spoon, helping through, don't you play the girl. It's not enough, you got to slow the first impression down. Send a rush, shake the dust, here I play you out. Too little, too late, too little, too late, too little, too late, too little, too late.
That felt pretty good.
That was pretty tight.
Yeah. More Jesse.
Give me A major, please.
Got it.
Get out of my head, this doesn't feel right. fast, but I think it's still gonna be okay.
Yeah, I was feeling good. I feel like we're hitting our stride with these tracks now. This is what I wanted. This is how you get a fucking decent album together.
We're supposed to do one full and then it goes into it. So it's trying to get you to key. G minor, I think. Yeah, G minor.
Got it.
So it comes in on the pickup, and then does a couple full aggression, and then it goes into the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4. You come in.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm alive. Take a look and you can see when I'm down. Oh, she's a crook. She got the shit. A step outside, they all ask to blow my smoke. And never told them, reason tell them, I got nothing now to prove. There's a town, hit the ground. It's been so long since I've seen the sun. Take a pill down this hill. You ain't got nothing for me to kill. It ain't something without someone. You can't cook so straight. I don't feel someone. I've had another talking to another talking man. Another day, another month, and I love the plan. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah. Come on now, come with me. Drive to the coast and drown in the sea. You can try before you die. Come on, baby, let's rattle the sky. You ain't something without someone. You can't cook so straight, I don't feel someone. I've had another talking to the other talking man. Another day, another month, and I love the plan. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah. I've had another talking to the other talking man. Another day, another month, and I love the plan. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me, yeah.
I definitely need to work on that.
We'll come back to that one then.
It felt tighter, but there's still discrepancies in the individual sections that I would like to. In terms of dynamics, I need to figure out where I'm building and where I'm pulling back.
D major.
There we go.
out for drinks on a holiday. Only here for 3 of those 7 days. What I wouldn't give them niggas day. Niggas say, aww. We can go anywhere, anytime. You just need to call me up and tell me why. You don't really need to even tell me why. Now don't tell me now. You know you got me wrapped around your middle finger. I try to run, but I always is not to be found. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on, let's get out of here. Such a drama queen when your skin turns green. I never lied to you from the start. We could try again. It's all the same. I've got enough on you to lay it out. Looking like the girls in the magazine, drinking all the coke from the pop machine, living your life like a medicine, making go ah! We could go anywhere, anytime. You just need to call me up and tell me why. You don't really need to even tell me why. Now tell me now. You know you got me wrapped around the middle finger. I try to run, but I always stop and be found. Come on, let me out of here. Come on, let's get out of here. Maybe it's a knack of the dosing. I don't think what's in front of me. What if I'm the root of the cruelty? Baby, don't stop. You can go anywhere, anytime. You just need to call me up and tell me why. You don't really need to even tell me why. Gotta tell me now. You know you got me wrapped around your middle finger. I try to run, but I always stop and be found. Come on, let's get out of here. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Hard stop at the end.
Oh yeah.
Woo! That felt good.
That felt good.
How's my vocal sounding?
They sound alright. I could even turn them up a little bit.
I meant tone and clarity with the new pedal.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
How are you liking the doubling dimed? Little bit of female vocal in there.
I'm honestly, I haven't been paying attention.
Well, I've dimed it, so it's much more noticeable now.
Busby, what do you think of Jesse's backup vocals?
Do you like my backup vocals? Ooh, backup vocals, backup vocals. I can't go that high because then it just starts sounding very digital. Ooh, backup vocals.
He says, what do you mean?
Oh,
I guess they're not that prominent.
it's dimed on the pedal.
Jesse's got a vocal doubler.
I got a corrector, doubler, and a character, so
It gives
I can sound like the Starship Experience. Like you could say, you could ask the computer to do something, and I'll reply.
I'm a computer. Oh no,
Yes, Sean.
I was gonna say something gross, and then I realized we were live streaming.
Yeah, no. Next song. A major.
Yep.
I come in right away on this one.
No, I think I do one without you.
still working on that, but it's fucking get better. Oh man, it's get better.
F sharp major.
All right. It's got it.
We're gonna need your wife to probably sing this one on the album, eh?
Yeah.
This one needs female vocals. It has a whole second part.
Uh-oh. Tina!
I mean, technically, I sang both parts in the original demo recording,
Right.
so I could do it again if you want, but
We'll just pitch you up an octave.
I'd much rather have a female vocals. You want to? Maybe you can get Mip to come in and do it.
Ooh, that would be so cool. Actually, I passed Mip at the subway like earlier today, and I was like, oh, and then she was gone.
Yeah, she just walks right past you. You waved. She walked right. She did this to me a couple Wednesdays ago. So I think she was walking to the studio because she lives on Ossington, and she was walking across Geary. And I was outside a building. I was waiting. Had she walked past like a minute earlier, I would have just been like, "No, Mip, hey!" But instead, she walked past just as the realtor came up out of his car.
Right.
I was looking at a building on Geary.
Yeah.
Still haven't found that second location yet.
It's coming. It's coming.
Well, apparently, so keep this a secret. But apparently, the place on Geary is shutting down all the rooms. All the so they're still around because the church still hasn't got the zoning approved.
Right.
But in order to
Better not.
in order to recoup the guy's costs, because he bought it from he just took over the lease, right, from another company, but he essentially bought the company's revenue stream, so I'm sure he had to pay them. I don't know what he paid them, but you make more money doing hourly than you do doing monthly rooms. So it sounds like the guy's shutting down all the monthly rooms and converting them to hourly.
That sounds like a church, eh?
Oh,
All about the bottom line.
The church isn't doing it. The church is renting the space to a company that is doing it. So the company that was doing it was Rehearsal Factory.
Right.
And Rehearsal Factory had their hourlies and they had their monthlies because they own, I think, three addresses.
Right.
It's all one big long complex.
So they're still renting from the church.
Rehearsal Factory is not, because Rehearsal Factory sold the building and retained a working commercial lease because the church only wanted a part of the building to convert to offices. They wanted the rest of the building to convert to a practicing church. But it's all zoned industrial. It's not zoned for a place of worship. So they have to go to City Hall, get the zoning bylaws changed so they can turn the rest of the old Rehearsal Factory into a functioning church.
I don't know why the church doesn't just rent hourly rooms at the rehearsal spaces.
Well, that's essentially what they're doing. They are renting the space still to not Rehearsal Factory, to a different company to do it.
Right, but just use it for your church. Just have a bunch of little mini cults, right? Just
So
shove a
here's
bunch
the thing.
of people in those rooms.
Here's the thing. That's actually what the church used to do before they bought the whole fucking building.
Oh, wow.
So when they didn't have a big presence in Toronto, they didn't have a building at all.
They were just renting.
They were renting the hourly rooms there to practice as a place of worship.
Wow.
And you could actually see, because this is when I was doing my initial research to start my business, which has nothing to do with C3 Church, mind you. But because they ended up buying that building, I was...
Jesse's waiting to start his own cult until he has enough buildings.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
It'll be a entirely different cult.
Yeah.
Unrelated. There will be
not
free
racist,
Kool-Aid.
Not racist, not sexist, but there will be free Kool-Aid. hold the rat poison. But yeah, while I was doing my research on like Rehearsal Factory and all these other rehearsal spaces, I came across a bunch of old events from C3 from like going back to like 2014, 2016, because Facebook never deletes events, right? They just archive them. But if they're a public event, you could still search them. You could still see their activity. And sure enough, they were renting rooms on like, I think, a monthly basis from the Rehearsal Factory on Geary.
So they've been there for like a decade, just officially.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's no wonder that they, once they had the money and the numbers, to like buy the fucking building.
Man, what do you get for like joining a cult? Like you must get like a free sandwich or something.
Well, you get all the Kool-Aid you want.
That might be. Yeah, it's a lot of sugar though.
White robes? You get white robes usually.
That's cool.
I mean, that's the
But then
Jared.
you
That's
gotta
the
keep-
Jared Leto cult, right? Everybody gets white robes.
You gotta keep them clean. Like,
True.
I'd just go for a sandwich, I think.
Yeah. I pray to have some Subway.
I pray to the house.
Nah, I'm more of a Mr. Sub guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could shit on canned mushrooms all you want, but the fact that they have mushrooms and Subway doesn't, I'm happy with Mr. Sub. Plus, it's Canadian. I think it's Canadian. Mr. Sub's Canadian, isn't it?
Who knows? It
I
has
mean, there's a little maple leaf
there's
on
a
the
little
logo.
maple leaf in
Yeah.
there, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't
True.
even think Canadian Tire is Canadian anymore. Molson Canadian
Trying to remember
is
the
not
comedian.
Canadian.
I'm trying to remember the comedian, but there's a comedian time when he's just like, I went to Canadian Tire. It was like an American comedian. He's just like, how obsessed are you Canadians with tires that that's the thing that you're going to lure people in? Oh, it's Jim Gaffigan. He's like, hey, man, you know how they like tires. We convince them to come into the store to buy some tires. Boom, sell them a blender.
Goldsby's dad worked at one of the first, if not the first location. I'm not sure if he was talking about Mr. Sub or Canadian Tire.
Or the church.
Or the source either.
Please, Goldsby, please tell me it's not. Wait, no, Goldsby's Jewish. What am I saying?
Yeah, Mr. Sub. The OG Mr. Sub.
Oh, we're getting.
Goldsby's dad was the OG Mr. Sub. He was Mr. Sub.
Oh my God. Wait, does that mean we can call Goldsby like Mr. Sub Jr.?
He's Mr.
He's
Sub.
Mr. Junior Sub?
Mr. Sub Jr.
Goldsby, I think your new nickname is Junior Sub now.
Junior Sub. That's terrible.
I know. I think I'm gonna create. So in the campaign that Goldsby's in with me.
No. I think about the C3, but not maybe not about Junior Sub.
Yeah.
We'll see about that one.
Probably to both. But I think what I'll do in the campaign. So he plays an alchemist, and one of his actual starter moves is if he talks to other alchemists, he like grows. He grows as a character. No, not a free sandwich, but he grows as a character. Like I'll give him like tidbits to his backstory, or I'll like expand his alchemy book.
Right.
So I think.
Does he get a punch card? Yes. He should definitely get a punch card.
Yes.
You do 6 spells and you get 1 free.
Yeah. But he recently, I mean, it was kind of as a group, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna do one of his moves. He's able to manipulate plants at will, and like a number of sessions ago, he like grew like a big wall of vines and like ensnared a bunch of villains, and there's a bunch of people behind it, and he's like. He got the spellcaster to amplify his voice to like a disenchanted voice, and he's just like, "You see what we've done to your friends? Now run away before we do it to you!" From this like big, powerful, unseen voice, scared them all away. And I'm like, "Dude, that was fucking killer."
Presumably, he was holding a sub at the time.
But unrelated to the sub thing, but he's like, I want to expand that. I want to be able to like manipulate plants more often. But they were in a cave in their last session. He's like, "There's no plants here." And so he's like, I'm going to have like a belt of potted plants. Like people have ammo. He's going to have a belt of potted plants. They should be vegetable plants so he can make subs. That's his healing potion. Because he has, in his alchemy book, he can grow healing potions. I think his healing potions are going to be subs. It's like, I'm going to pick some plants, put it together. That's my alchemical material or reagent. Just, sub, eat this. Gain 10 hit points.
Because then you can do the 6-inch or the foot long. It gives you different health status.
I love it. I love it. Goldsby, I hope you're taking notes.
You heard it first here.
Yeah. Goldsby's health potions are just subs. We have a session on Sunday. It's good.
There it is. Oh, he says play $5 foot long.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Hey, man. I said, hey, man. Do it around here. I thought I told you stupidly. Well, reach out and take this with a folded piece of paper. Let's can't believe I remember those words.
I'm impressed you remember the words. That is true. Damn, hold on, I gotta take the sweater off. That was impressive. But we fucking nailed it. We play that song once every 5 years.
We re-recorded it 2 years ago for Phoenix.
Oh, damn.
Don't you remember?
Vaguely.
West End Phoenix. They were doing it. I redid the lyrics, so it was West End. Get yourself to the west side. Because they're like, can you write a song about the West End?
Like, yeah, I hear you.
And they're like, done. It just takes one word. Done. And, well, we didn't win the contest. We were like a runner-up. I'm pretty sure everybody was a runner-up. Although I'm not sure, because that would have been a lot of T-shirts. So maybe not everybody was a runner-up, but we got a T-shirt.
Cool. Well, we're definitely above average.
I mean, that song was pretty kick-ass. And it had a video, too.
I don't even remember any of that.
Well, because I did everything. I just asked you to mix it. I recorded everything through Audacity. So it was just like acoustic guitar and then me singing. And I'm like, can you add drums? And I think you just programmed drums. I don't even think you played them. I think you programmed drums. And then just mix it and send it back to me. And because I needed to make a video to send, because you couldn't just send them the audio. I had to send them a music video. And it had to be under 60 seconds. And the original song, I think, has a solo where we played a little interlude, and then we sing the chorus one more time.
Oh, that's right, and I cut it down.
Yeah, we had to cut it down.
Cut out, I remember cutting out sections of it.
Yeah, because it had to be under 60 seconds.
That's right.
The music video was great, because the song was supposed to be about the west end of Toronto, but it was originally about the east end of Toronto, and all the video footage was actually taken from east of Toronto, because it was all on the road from between Kingston and Montreal.
That's funny. Yeah, well, that's why we got runner-up, I guess. They were like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. There's no.
There was no Kane and Citizen Kane.
Pretense of relevance. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Hey now, don't you bother me anymore. Don't come back here. Won't answer the door. Just out on the stairs. I packed a mile up for you. But then we should stay. If it was about to you. Every time that I look there, I can feel my motion away. Even now, I obey every time I help you today. It's not like I really regret spending so much time on you. It's just the conversations I always want to silent with you. With you. Yeah. I can't know now. You're there for me. You're sweet a treat. It is the day. Down on those days. The smile to put on you. Oh, my heart, I must say. You were so crooked, right? Every time that I look there, I can feel my motion away. Even now, trying to forget every time I help you say. It's not like I really regret spending so much time on you. It is the conversation was always one sided with you. With you. shit.
It's true, but that one's definitely old enough that there's no fucking around.
G minor.
E minor. I wonder if you. I keep wanting to get Mip here to do a jam. Maybe we could do that one practice. It's like maybe she could jam on some bass and like do some backups for just for fun.
Sure.
Get her in here on a practice and do some backups and shit.
Well, we could just send her this link so she can rehearse it and come in. Probably not next week because we got to prep for the show on the 15th. But after that, I don't think we have a show until June.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's true.
So not next week, but a week or two after that. Go for it.
Yeah, okay.
She's not on Facebook very often because I sent her a friend request like after the last show.
Yeah.
So I could send her the link to Barkira.
Yeah.
And she just added me like 3 days ago. It was really funny because I didn't say anything. I just like, Nip, accepted your friend request. And then the first thing I did was just send her that link and nothing. And then she just replies back almost a minute later going, oh, fuck, right! I'm pretty sure she forgot. But yeah. Does she own a bass? I can't remember.
I'm sure she does.
I mean, I got one right there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, she wouldn't have to bring one. But I mean, she could just walk it over, you know. Man.
We can run her through this thing, because then it'll actually come through the mix.
Yeah, true.
Instead of out of the bass amp.
True. We disconnected that DI, didn't we?
It's still lit up, so it's receiving power. I think we just muted it, though.
Right.
Because it's very noisy.
Yeah, true.
But there's a mic here, which I'm assuming is connected. It might be muted at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's connected, so we can run her through that thing.
Just for fun. Do a little jam. You know, we'll see.
There's definitely room here.
Yeah, man. I mean, we have so much gear. I keep wanting to like get people in to do stuff.
Well, I mean, I spoke to Ashley, and that is the plan to have people in here maybe once a month to do an interview and maybe a small like acoustic jam, not a full band thing.
Yeah.
But it got way late because Bitchfest. Bitchfest is still happening. I think they still have a show tomorrow because tomorrow is the 30th, right? 30th or 31st.
Right.
April 1st is a Saturday, so I think they still have a show on Friday.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been bothering her.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sure that's a lot.
We also I didn't tell you this, but there was. We're just a noise core band now. He just makes space sounds. Anyway, a buddy of mine from the U.S. actually reached out to me, and he's like, "Yo, can you help me set up a show in Toronto, June 24?" I go, "Well, I leave for Italy June 23, so I can help set it up, but I won't be able to play," which really fucking sucks because apparently this is going to be a big show. But it's going to be a weird show, which is good for us because we would have been right in there with weird.
Wait, so that's not good for us because we're not going to be playing.
It would have been good for us, and let me tell you why. Because it's apparently not a show for him; it's a show for a buddy of his who's actually in not the WWE, but the AEW, which apparently is the second largest wrestling network in the U.S.
Oh, weird.
And one of the wrestlers there is a buddy of his whose shtick is he's a singer. He like raps and sings.
Right.
And because he's also a wrestler, it's like an indie rock kind of vibe of rapping.
Weird.
And he's like
a Kid Rock.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
There's very limited content. There's a lot of content of the guy wrestling.
My name is Bud.
But I haven't been able to find a lot of content of him rapping, aside from rapping on his Cameo page about how he could rap for you.
Wow. Man, if because The Rock is a thing, if Kid Rock wasn't a thing, he would have been Kid Rock.
Anyway.
This conversation reminds me, in 2020, before the pandemic struck, weren't you guys originally slated to play with one of the members of Chumbawamba in the summer of that year?
Yeah,
Yes,
we were.
and we were also slated to play with this guy from the U.S. as well, because his band was slated to come to Toronto that summer. The band was called U.S. Americans. They have since broken up, but I still keep in contact with the guy.
Man, Man, we would have been as big as Beyonce if it wasn't for COVID.
Well, yeah, because we just finished a tour. We had launched 2 albums, a bunch of music videos, and I had a summer tour lined up, although it was to promote the acoustic album, so you weren't involved in that.
I was still working on my dance moves, though.
Yeah. But anyway, so the wrestlers coming into town, they have a show on the Sunday at the ACC, which apparently is sold out. So he anticipates that he could get like 500 people to come to a gig. And I'm like, well, I don't know any 500-person venues. I know some 200-person venues.
We don't get those venues.
But I know a bunch of 200-person venues. If you want to do those, like, oh yeah, we'll do a 200-person venue and we'll sell out. And I go, cool. So I reached out to like every fucking venue I knew.
Hard luck.
I reached out to Hard Luck. Well, so funny thing, Hard Luck, Bovine, Sneaky D's, and Baby G are all done by one guy.
Right.
So it was one stop for that. And he's like,
all right.
no, we're booked 24th. I'm like, how about 23rd? He's like, we're booked 23rd. I'm like, well, shit. So I reached out to Tail Junction.
Yeah.
They're booked. And then I reached out to Seascape, and Sarah kind of ignored me. She didn't say anything. So I just went to their website.
She's busy.
I know she's busy. She really needs to get like a booker. I guess Adam is kind of the booker, but Adam also kind of
He's
ignores me.
also super busy.
Yeah.
You can't be the booker and the bartender and the guy who runs the venue.
And the owner. But anyway, I just went to their website and looked at their calendar and saw that Rosie Cochran had it booked. And I'm like, hey, Rosie, do you have a 224 booked to Seascape? She's like, yeah, why? I'm like, here's the thing. I've reached out to like every venue that's between 100 and 200 person in Toronto. They're all booked. And I got this guy from the U.S. who really, really wants a show. I'm not saying, let me take the day from you. I'm saying, do you want to put him on the bill? Because if we were on the bill too, then it would be like, well, that's 3 people already booked.
Yeah.
I've just taken over her show.
Yeah.
And I feel really bad. It's like, I just got one person. Because we're not playing, I'm just facilitating.
Yeah.
And I know your stuff's really weird and experimental, so I went to them and was like, yo, this is the deal. It's going to be some weird experimental gothic stuff. Are you cool with that? And the guy's like, yeah, stranger the better. Because he's a fucking rapping wrestler, so he's like, I don't give a shit. I want a weird-ass fucking show. And I'm like, well, Rosie says it's going to be fucking weird.
Good for
And so it's her show, but apparently this is going to be a bunch of, like, wrestling fans coming in to watch it. So I don't know if Rosie should be excited or terrified.
Yeah, right?
Because
that'll be interesting.
I told her, it's like, you can get really fucking weird. It sounds like these guys don't care. They want it weird. He's like, cool, because I was thinking about booking this, and it was this weird 2-person experimental, like 80s goth.
Cool.
And I was listening to them on their Bandcamp page. I can't remember the name of the band now. And it's like, so it's that, Spectral Eyes, and then, I kid you not, so the wrestling name is Max something, Max Cartel or something like that.
Okay.
But his handle, his Instagram handle, which is what he's on, is the best wrestler alive. I'm like, how was that not already taken?
How did you even get that?
How did you get that? It's sort of like, what's the band? There was a Canadian band that had the best band
Alexis
ever.
on Fire?
Yeah, because Alexis on Fire was a porn site, so the bestbandever.com was available, and they're like, how is that still available?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, why did somebody not buy that up?
But yeah, he got the Instagram handle. He might have purchased it. I don't know, because you can do that, right?
Maybe, I wonder if Second Best Band is available.
We could do that to promote the album because the song we have is called Second Best.
There we go. SecondBestBand.com.
Mm.
Yeah.
One day.
Oh, actually, I skipped that in the set list. that was earlier in the let's play it now. Hang on. F major.
Got it.
All right, let me start. It's gobble text and now the bells It could be stress. It could be worse. I like the feeling of my face pushed in the dirt. Ooh. I've read the books. I've got the looks. All eyes on me every day. Out on the road. It could be more. It could be less. Oh, what I care about now most is my health. I've been to hell and back again, and then I slept. I'm out of rage, up on the stage. You know, when the lights shine down on me, yeah, I can feel.
That one's feeling a lot better.
G minor.
Woo! All right, I can.
You know G minor?
Yeah, I know about that. I know about G minor.
Baby, put a spell on me. 10 years now, steady strain. I think my night down for your sleep. That's how gentle breeze. You felt too hot for me. Lay it down right at my feet. I found the empty child. Bring you to my side. Oh, she will be there. Would you come to some slave? Would you take me back? I told you I don't need you. I can love me, you don't love me too. I can love me, would hurt me. I love you, I don't know what to do. You gotta work on that solo.
Yeah.
You know why? I was trying to do something different because I was like, wait, all my melody lines are sounding the same.
Yeah, you always go.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts. I was like, I need to do something different. I gotta work on all that. It's like it'll be the last sort of, the last thing to get polished off. And everything else is sounding really good. Right now, the solos are just a week late, which I need to spend time on.
C major, please. So you changed down to blame. The curtain call. Just got to how you ever Jesus Christ all I ever wanted was just not to die alone. All you ever got were just tiny little bricks. I'll give it to you. All you ever loved were just think nihilism is a slippery slope. It's the same about religion, STIs and coke. I am not a pagan, straight edge or a vegan. I just needed nothing to believe in. We went home for the curtain call. I think album version, you do this, the fade out. Whenever we do it live, we should try and learn a song from another band and just throw it in there.
Yeah, like whatever band is playing at the show. It's a great
Just
idea.
be like, whatever band's after us, learn like 4 lines of one of their songs, and just throw it in there.
Yeah.
Have them spill their beer going, what the fuck are they doing?
That would be so satisfying.
All right, you wanted to do Everything's Gonna Be Just Fine one more time.
Yes.
All right, and then I'm going to stop it there. I know it's 8. I know we usually go to like 8:30.
It's fine. It's fine. we're doing good. We're doing good.
I'm amazed I haven't been coughing nearly as much as I thought I'd be, because this morning was bad. Oh, I'll also say this on the podcast. Stacey and I had an interview this morning with a producer.
Ooh,
We're gonna
producer.
We're gonna be on a podcast about finances.
Wow.
Maybe,
The solution to your money problems: buy your mom's house and marry a woman making $200,000 a year. Solve all your financial problems in 2 steps.
2 easy steps.
2 easy steps.
Step one, make sure your mom bought a house for $100,000 and sells it for over $1 million to you.
To you. Wow.
Step 2, marry someone who can afford said $1 million house. Step 3, profit.
Yeah. For me, it was marry a lawyer and wait for someone to die and then buy their house.
Oh, that's right. You got an estate house.
Someone you don't know.
Someone you don't know. I'm like, wait, who in your family died? I mean, your grandma died recently, but
Yeah, but
I think that was before you bought the house.
yeah, and there nothing trickled down to the grandchildren. It was all the my dad got some cash out of
that's
that.
When my I guess when my grandfather, my maternal grandfather passed, all the money went to my grandmother, so I didn't see anything. When my paternal grandmother passed, I got $600, and I bought a coat. I bought that big long black coat that I wore throughout high school.
Oh wow, damn! I still have mine.
I still have mine too.
It's mine's a little fucked up, but I still.
Yeah, your coattails ripped.
Yeah.
You ripped it when we were trying to load into a van for a show.
Yeah.
You got ripped on the fence and on Florence.
Also, like under the arms is ripped too.
Oh damn. Well, I mean it makes sense because you still have the pork pie hat too, right? The big burnt hole in the front.
Somewhere.
Because if you have a fucked up hat and a fucked up coat, and I have a perfect hat and a perfect coat,
That's
which is it's crazy that my bowler is still in one piece because I took that on tour with Pit City and it got crushed repeatedly, repeatedly crushed and completely. Someone slept on it. Like I put it down on like the arm of a chair, got up. It was like a house party, and then I'm like, all right, it's fine there. It's like on something, but apparently got knocked off, and then someone sat on it, and then someone slept on that couch. So it was crushed for like 8 hours with pressure. When I got, I'm like, wow, this hat is ruined. And so I shit you not, I don't know if I ever told anyone this. I reblocked that hat. That's what shaping a hat is called. It's called blocking a hat. I reblocked it with a frozen turkey.
Oh wow.
Because the house we were sleeping at, that house, they happened to have just a whole fucking turkey, or maybe it was just a large chicken. It was either a small turkey or a large chicken because it fit inside my giant fucking hat. And it fit inside the hat, so I like shaped it as best I could. I'm like, well, you could start. You're supposed to starch it, like you're supposed to like put like a powder to starch it into that shape. Didn't have that, so I'm like, I could freeze it into that shape, and that'll hold somewhat, and it fucking worked.
Wow.
But I'm like, I need something to help hold that shape, and the fucking turkey worked.
Wow.
And so they're like, well, we can thaw it, just eat it for dinner. I'm like, great. So I put it on there and left it in the fridge. But it was a bit of saran wrap, so it didn't get contaminated with like turkey blood.
Fucking turkey.
I can't imagine. I don't know if his roommate said anything or if they knew, because everybody was at like this house party, right? But yeah, for a whole day, there was just a turkey in a fridge with a bowler on it, somewhere in Utah.
Now you have a.
No, Colorado, sorry, it's
You have
Colorado.
a turkey bowler flavored turkey, or a Jesse flavored turkey, or a turkey flavored bowler.
Yeah, no, both those things are true.
Yeah.
And then because I was so gracious that they allowed me to do that, I butchered the turkey, chopped it up, and made them
I
something
feel
else.
like you didn't butcher it if it was already frozen.
Well, when it thawed, I chopped it up. I broke it down into pieces, put it in a casserole dish, and roasted it.
Ah. The turkey was. I used a live turkey to shape my hat, and then I was so grateful.
I butchered it. I slaughtered it. Oh, butchering an animal is.
That's the title of the podcast episode. Wait, what's the title of the podcast episode? Jesse butchers a turkey.
Jesse blocks a hat
Turkey
with a turkey.
bowler.
Turkey bowler?
Jesse's turkey bowler.
Yeah, I can't. Out of all the crazy tour stories, I don't think I ever told that one. Oh, I know why. Because that was the night I also got concussed, and I mean.
So your hat got crushed 3 times.
No, I wasn't wearing my hat when I got concussed. My hat was currently being crushed as I was getting concussed.
Oh wow.
Because so we had a show. We had a show.
It's possible they're somehow connected, like a Dorian Gray situation.
Who knows? So we had a show, and then we were like, I think we had 2 or 3 nights before the next show. So the people in that town, it was somewhere in Colorado, I can't remember which town, they were like, well, you could just stay with us for a couple of days and then drive to the next city if you don't have a place there.
Right.
And we're like, sure, thank you. It's like, it's also such and such's birthday tomorrow. We've rented a inflatable boxing ring and foam gloves.
Oh, no.
And we're just going to drink until we're sick, and we're just going to have a big fucking rager on our front lawn. And we're like, fuck yeah, let's do that.
That's amazing.
And so it was great because the guy also had a neighbor who was this really nice Puerto Rican guy, and he didn't know that there was a party, but he comes home from work. I don't know what he did for a living, but he came home from work at around 6, 7 o'clock, and he says hi. And I'm like, oh, who's that? Is it a friend of yours? Like, no, he's the neighbor. And he's like, can I come back? And I'm like, sure, yeah. He asked me. And I'm like, fuck, yeah, come back. He comes back with a big full bottle of tequila and shot glasses.
Oh, my God.
He just puts him down on the table. So you want some? I'm like, yeah, I do. Because at this point, I've just been drinking American beer.
Right.
And I mean, I know I was younger, so I could drink a lot more at the time. And American beer is quite weaker. But I was drinking like a crazy amount that night.
Yeah, well, you can't, it's just water.
I know, but
You're
like
just getting hydrated at that point.
yeah. So, but I think I had like maybe 20.
Oh my God.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the guy started feeding me tequila, I'm like, all right, let's do something stupid. So they're like, Jesse, get in the ring. I'm like, okay, cool, but I gotta finish my beer first. And I just cracked it. So chug a beer, hop in the ring, start boxing. Unbeknownst to me, one of the gloves throughout the night had torn, so the metal bar that you hold your fist on, the edge of it was exposed. And the guy clocks me on the head with it. I go down, I'm seeing stars, I'm like, whoa, I've had too much to drink, and that was a serious blow to my head. I'm out, I'm done.
No.
And so I sit back down, and I'm like, wow, I just got hit really hard in the head. And like, I was seeing lights for a moment or two. I'm like, I might be concussed, but I don't want to go through the American system. And I'm 20, so I'm invincible. So that was the other thing too. American tour, and you're 20 years old, not 21, fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
yeah,
I'm like,
you couldn't have waited a year.
well, if I waited a year, it wouldn't happen because I was out of the band by then.
True.
I left the band the following
Yeah,
April.
but you left the band because of the tour. So
That's
if you
that
had
is true.
waited-
That is
if
true.
you had waited, the tour would have been better.
You might still be in the band. No, that's not true.
No, that band would have imploded with or without me. I mean, it did implode without me. But as I know it's no longer the case now. They don't say, I don't think they say go to sleep. I don't think they say stay awake. But at the time, if you're just like, you think you're concussed, don't go to sleep. It's bad for your head. Like, okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, guys, it's 3 a.m. I've been drinking all night, so this is around the time that I pass out. But I just got hit in the head, so don't let me fall asleep. And they're like, yeah, Jesse, we won't let you fall asleep. We'll stay awake with you whole night. Cool. Not 30 minutes later, I fall asleep on a sofa somewhere. And what they did, because the sofa was in a garage, the garage door was open.
Yeah.
Because people were in there sitting down.
Right.
Because there was only so much seating on the lawn.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, it's 3:30. Someone's in here sleeping, so I'll just close the garage door so they could sleep. Not realizing that they were supposed to keep me awake.
Right.
And then I wake up, I think at 8, 9 in the morning, I gotta go piss. And it's a garage, so there is no windows, there's no light. I open my eyes, I'm like, where the fuck am I? Why can't I see anything? There's no doors, there's no light switch, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's a Brad situation. Start tearing the wainscoting out of the wall.
Goldsmith says, isn't that how Bob Saget died?
Yeah, blow to the head and he fell down.
Oof.
He fell. I think he tripped in the shower or something like that. It was a blow to the head. He fell down on the floor in his hotel room, and no one was there, so he died.
Wow.
That was how John Travolta's son died too. I think.
Wow.
His son slipped in the shower, hit his head, and I think he just bled out in a hotel bathroom. What was really upsetting about that was I think John Travolta was in the room at the time and couldn't save him.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it's very sad. So the moral of the story is,
Don't bump your head.
don't take showers in hotel rooms.
Or don't take showers. Just
Don't shower.
wear helmets at all times.
Well, I mean, there is a strong case for that. Like, there's people that always go like, you should wear a helmet when you're biking. Oh, you shouldn't wear a helmet when you're biking. There's like psychological studies. It's like the safest thing to do is to wear a helmet in a car.
Yeah.
Because most vehicle accidents are car drivers, and a lot of them are head injuries. Yeah. And if you just wore a helmet in the car, all the passenger or driver, you wore a crash helmet like they do in car racing.
Yeah.
There would be far less death and severe injury. But no one does it, and no one enforces it.
Yeah, the odds are just too low, like, per capita.
Per capita, yes. But the numbers are still very high.
Oh, yeah.
If they mandated it, and it would be really easy too, because you already have, you're already.
Could you imagine?
You're forced to have a license, and you're forced to have insurance.
Yeah.
And if you're a motorcyclist, that also comes with you have to wear a helmet, and a passenger on the motorcycle has to wear a helmet too.
Yeah.
So the onus for a motorcycle driver is usually to have like an extra helmet and a little net on the second seat.
Right.
So what is stopping people from doing that in every vehicle on the road?
Stigma.
It's very much stigma. It was kind of like that with seatbelts, right?
Yeah.
And there was like decades where people was like, well, in the 50s, I didn't wear a fucking seatbelt. And there's still places in the U.S. where passengers in the rear seat don't have to wear seatbelts.
Texas.
Is it Texas? I can't remember where it is. It's
feel like it's
some.
Texas.
Yeah, I thought it was Arizona, but
It's where you can load a bunch of people into the back of a pickup truck.
that's Arizona.
Okay. It's
Arizona, you can have people sit in the bed of a pickup truck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why, and that's why they have the law where you don't need a seatbelt in the back seat, because the back seat of a pickup truck is the bed.
Right. That's funny. Crazy kids. You crazy kids.
Yeah, fucking nuts. So yeah,
man.
that was a long-winded story to say, yeah, if you drive in even any vehicle, including a car, wear a helmet.
Yeah. Or, just live your life, man.
Or just wear a really big hat.
There's an idea. With a turkey underneath it. In case you get hungry.
Fully cooked turkey.
or a frozen turkey.
You get salmonella.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this last song. It's in G minor. Last song, and then we're done. Then we're going to play some video games.
Yeah, I can do that. No comments on the Insta G?
There were some encouraging ones. Keep it up, guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
We thanked them earlier. It happened at the beginning of the thing. No one's watching us right now.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I'm alive. I'm a fire. Well, take a look at it. You'll see when I'm drowned. Well, she's a crook. She got me shook. Step outside and ask me for the smoke. There's a dump down. Another day, another mother, and I love it, man. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me down. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me down. I've had another time you do the other talking, man. Another day, another mother, and I love it, man. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me down. Just lay on me, lay on me, lay on me down. Got it?
There it is.
All right, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Hopefully on Tuesday. Hopefully I won't be sick.
Hopefully. Our default is always Tuesday, but it so rarely happens on Tuesday.
Well, either I get sick or you get sick.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. Oh, there's two people watching. Who's the other one? Anyway. Bye. Bye, Goldsbait and Mystery Person.
Hi, Junior Sub.
Bye, Junior Sub. Mr. Sub Junior. I gotta... the app is not switching. All right. Okay.